What I did is I took an object that my colleague Graham Toms, who's on the back wall there with a big Cintiq tablet, he made this hand model, frankly because he's a little obsessed with hands. He used to teach art at Disney, and he loves hands and horses. So I hope he's hearing this, me talking about him. So I took this hand model, and I shaped up the hand into blades here. And then I took that and I made it into a weight map, painted a little weight map here. So this is going to control where it's going to go from flesh into metal. So I think you can see where I'm going with this. So I brought it up into layout, and very quickly, using the draw joints command, and I'll show you that real quick, just show you how easy it is, because I'm not a character guy and I'm certainly not a rigging guy, but it's just so easy now. So if I want to draw joints, yeah, that's it. I want to draw a child joint to that. Oh, no. That's pretty easy. Okay, I can rig now. So get rid of that. So I made a quick animation, and I mean quick. I'm not a character animator, but see what you think. So I turn off the bone X-ray here. You can see at the same time I stretch out the bones, or joints in this case, and make the morph. So now he's got a big old bladed hand. So now I wanted to take that a step further and actually make it into metal. So we have a couple of shaders here. I'm going to take you through real quick. I'm just going to kill all this and show you what I did. So first of all, I did our material node called Fast Skin. This is a full subsurface scattering skin shader. Gives you all these parameters you can do. Control the diffuse, the epidermis, visibility, backscatter, the distance, all this great stuff. So, I just set some settings here that I know look pretty good. You can drive that right into the material node, and now it looks like flesh. So, let's go back here. Just a moment. Turn all these down so you guys don't get bored watching it calculate. So there, it's pretty good skin default, You can take this as far as you want, texture maps and all that stuff, but that's pretty good skin. So then I take our material node called Conductor, which is straight up metal shader, and I turn up specularity and roughness. Now the cool thing about Conductor is it balances the specularity and the diffuse. So if you turn up the spec, the diffuse comes down. So you can get any kind of mix of metals in there. Of course, you can use the texture to mix that as well. So I figured this looked pretty good. And I'll give it something in the background to reflect. Just gradient backdrop there. So, boom, metal, done. So now I want to blend between the two. So I go back into my nodes here, and we've got a node called Mixer Node, Material Mixer. So I'll drive my Fast Skin into A, my Conductor into B, and then out. So right now the Conductor is going to override that, but I made that weight map to paint where the metal is going to go. So I bring up my weight map here, say metal, and I drive that into the alpha. So I'm going to use the weight map as the alpha to control where the metal and the flesh are going to fall. And boom, now I've got it blending right from a subsurface scattering flesh shader into a conductor material shader. So now what I want to do is I want to tie that to it so that as the morph happens, it's going to go from fully flesh to that blend of flesh and metal. So it's just this easy. I'm going to add a multiply node. I'm going to plug the weight map value in there. So I'm going to multiply the weight map by some value. And that some value is going to come from the morph itself. So why separately animate these things? I can tie them together with an expression. And this is just using Lightwave's built-in expression. So I'm going to grab the name of the channel here. That's the name of the channel. Let's see here. So I'm going to make a new expression. I'm going to take this and append this to my expression. So there we go. Now basically I've just taken that channel and tied it together. And I'm going to grab the blade hand multiply node here and apply it. Now you see, now it's got the same curve as the morph. So automatically, when it begins to morph, now I've got the blend. And then when it's back to a regular hand, no metal. So now I'll show you the you know, pre-baked render I did of that. There it is. So there's the fully lit and rendered version. So that's for me, not a character animator, not a rigger, just a lot of fun to play with.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Jarrod Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, showing us some cool little new features in Lightwave 9.5.